Hello, big boy. It's Baba. How you doing? What you been up to? I tell you, I know what you've been up to today. You were riding a bike with your stabilizers, weren't you? Yeah, I saw you. And Mama took a video. And you were going so fast. Goodness me. How fast were you riding today? Wow. Properly amazing. So wonderful to see you. So wonderful. Now you can tell me later how fast you were going. But we have the second part of our story about Moonshot. And it's about the Apollo 11 mission to Mars. A mission to the moon. A mission to Mars. Mission to the moon. And if you remember, there were 3 astronauts on the rocket on Saturn V, and they had just separated the parts of the spacecraft, and they were down to 2 pieces, and they were joining them together. So here we got Columbia and Beagle. Sorry, Columbia and Eagle. Beagle was later. Eagle, and they joined them together, and now they're piloting them to the moon, and look, they're going to the moon. So here we go. And looks Columbia to Eagle. Then Armstrong, Collins, Aldrin leave the last of the Saturn and travel on their 2 small ships, joined together, flown as one. They go rushing into darkness, flying towards the moon, far away, cold and quiet, no air, no life, but glowing in the sky. On board Columbia and Eagle, Armstrong, Collins and Aldrin unclicked their gloves, unclicked their helmets, and unclicked their straps that hold them down and float inside their small ships, their home for 1 week. Here, there is no up nor down. An astronaut can spin in the air and turn a floor into a wall, or a ceiling, or the floor. Here, on those sometimes ceilings, walls and floors, everywhere, there are straps and screens and gauges, buttons, handles, hoses, and switches and switches. How many switches can you see, Mackenzie? There are food and clothes packed into corners. There are flight plans, flashlights, pens and cameras, and they float too. They drift from hands and pockets. That's why there's Velcro everywhere. Just like on your shoes, when you peel it open, you close it again, that's Velcro. And the Velcro's there for holding things and making sure they don't float around and they stay put. Here, where everything floats, it takes some skill to eat a meal. That ham salad sandwich, watch for the crumbs. Soup, it comes in a bag, dry as dust. Fix the bag to the water gun, fill it, mix it, stir it up. Cream of chicken, not bad. Better than the peanut cubes. Here, where everything floats, it takes some skill to go to sleep. There are no beds or pillows, no night or day. There is always, though, the hum of the circuits, the whir of the machines, and thought of where you are, and the thought of where you're going. And one more thing. Here, where everything floats, it takes some skill to use the toilet. It takes pipes and hoses and bags, and there's no fresh air outside the window. After a week, this small home doesn't smell so good. This is not why anyone wants to become an astronaut. But still ahead, there is the moon, cold and quiet, no air, no life, but glowing in the sky, glowing and growing. It takes them in and pulls them in close. At the moon, Collins stays in Columbia, high above, a single circling soul. Armstrong and Aldrin leave in the Eagle and are there going down to the moon's surface. They have just enough time and just enough fuel. They have a plan and a place to land, a chosen safe site among all the craters. The craters are the holes that you can see on the Earth's surface. Now friends and strangers in the distance, down below, stay up late, get up early and stop as one to watch and wait. There are only maps and models to see. There is no camera that can show the landing far away. But what strange sounds there are to hear. Whistles, beeps and static, strange new words and quick clipped news of altitudes and speeds, the heights and the lows and how fast things are going. Leaping across the dark mission between mission control and the men who had taken the Eagle to land on the moon, who are going where no one has been before. On board Eagle, Aldrin calls out information while Armstrong steers the ship. They fly low and lower, looking for their landing site on the moon. But now Eagle, they see, has flown too far. They are miles from where they're meant to be, and below their small and spindly ship they see no level place, only broken stone and rock, and shadows in deep craters on the great and growing moon. Far from home and far from help, still steady, the astronauts fly, till time and fuel are running out. Then, there, clean and flat, not too far, 60 seconds left. Armstrong fires the rockets. Eagle slows and lower goes until a spray of dust, a bloom of moon, flowers up around her, slower and slower, low and low and lower and lower, landing. And far away, where friends and strangers lean to listen, where friends and strangers lean to hear, there comes a distant voice. Armstrong calls from the moon, calm as a man who has just parked his car. "Houston," he says, "Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed." Armstrong is calm, but on Earth they cheer. Then Armstrong and Aldrin climb down from the Eagle in heavy gloves, in large round helmets, in suits not made for Earth. In suits made for the moon. Here below, all around them, cold and quiet, no air, no life. But there is life on this strange and silent, magnificent moon. Two, Aldrin and Armstrong walk as its rough, wide spaces. They step and hop, as light as boys. They lope and they leap. In the dust and stone beneath their feet, no seed has ever grown, no root has ever reached, no flower has ever grown. Still secrets wait there, the story of the moon. Where did it come from? How old is it? What is it made of? And it's not green cheese either. And up above, the ash-grey plains, the skies pitch and empty, and all the stars stay hidden. That is how bright the moon is when you're standing on its face. Oh, it's Baba as an astronaut. But really, it's Buzz Aldrin. But in the dark and blank and starless sky, high above, there is our Earth. The rushing oceans, racing clouds, swaying fields and forests, family, friends and strangers, everyone you've ever known, and everyone you even might know. The good and lonely Earth is glowing in the sky. When the work is done, Armstrong, Collins and Aldrin fly back together to the moon, which rolls behind, letting them loose and letting them go. They fly back together through the dark with pictures, stones and stories. with secrets of the sky, with a view of home from far away. Back to family, back to friends, to warmth, to light, to trees and blue water, and back from the moon they land with a big splash. To warmth, to light, and to home at last. The end. Here we've got 3 people: Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Buzz Aldrin. The end, big boy. The end. Night night, big boy. That's Moonshot. Let me know if you liked it or not. Baba loves you very much. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. You know why? Because I love you very much. That's why. Night night, big boy. Night night.